Hey everyone, Lex here with Alamo City Movie Talk. Some of the crew is actually on a vacation right now, so I was actually the one that had the opportunity to catch a very exciting screening this week, just 2 days ago, and that was none other than The Conjuring Last Rites. You might have you might have caught my out of the theater reaction, but this is actually the full review. It's spoiler free, so don't fear, no pun intended, on any sort of spoilers on this movie. The things that we'll mention is gonna be very top level, so no worries in sticking around. And I gotta say, guys, I was actually really happy with this movie. I was, a little scared that the last introduction would go in a similar route as what we saw from the last entry, which was The Conjuring, the Devil Made Me Do It. While I still enjoy that movie, there were some strong elements to it. It didn't feel like it was up to the quality of the rest of the franchise, the Conjuring series in particular. But this is actually a return to form, and I was really excited about it because it's the last one, and you don't want it to end in a way that it's not in service of what this franchise has done, especially in the horror genre. Like, it kind of injected some new fuel. I feel like James Wan played a really big role in that area as well, even with other films where they came right around the same time and they just gave this new life to the horror genre. And no, this is as strong as some of the first entries in the series. I still think that The Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2 were some of my favorite ones. They definitely revolutionized the space, as I mentioned. But this is a very, very strong. It had a really strong story, and I feel like it had a great ending, almost perfect for me as far as the story that they were trying to tell. And it made me a little bit sad needing to say goodbye to the franchise as a whole. I am glad that they took the time to think about, we're not going to do this for the next 20 years. Like, it's, we don't want it to lose its sauce, and so I appreciate that they did do that, and they know when to end it, essentially. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, they've spent a lot of time with these characters, and they clearly have mastered being able to step into those shoes for this role. And the story was very centered around them, and even, there was they aged up, since this takes place in 86, I think. They aged up their daughter Judy. So it was very centered in the Warrens, a little bit less on, usually the affected family. But everyone was great. I think there was great performances here. There was a lot of very strong tension building, like some of the best in the franchise, I think, in my opinion. It's not the scariest, or I wouldn't say also like the, we would call the villain, whether it's a demonic entity or something like that. Like, I don't think it's as strong as like what we've seen with classic iconic horror icons such as like The Nun and I'm not saying Nun the movie, but the Nun the character, right? And also even Annabelle, right? Like, I don't feel like this is as strong as that. But it didn't really matter in this case because the story was very much centered on the Warrens and wrapping that up. Usually, when there's a new character entry this late into the franchise, it usually doesn't stick the landing, but Ben Hardy here joins as Judy's love interest, and I actually found him one of my favorite characters in the movie. He served the story well, and there was a lot of heartfelt moments, but particularly with his character that I really enjoyed. And the actress that plays Judy as well was great. For them to kind of still play an important role here as part of the central family, they did a really, really great job. And then the affected family and stuff like that, I think everyone delivered great performances here. Story was strong, and once again, very, very strong ending. I don't think the movie is like great as a whole, like compared to some of the earlier entries, but very, very good. I really love what they did here, and definitely a must watch at the movies. It's kind of, the entry point into the fall season. I know here in Texas it's not really fall. It might not feel like that, but from, the way that horror movies start arriving right around this time, I think it's a great way to get the family in the movies. Not too young kids, of course. It's still horror, but really, really enjoyed this. I highly recommend you guys watch it. It comes out on September 5th. We got an opportunity to watch it early, and very, very strong. I don't want to say spoilers, but the way that it wraps up and stuff like that, keep an eye out towards the end part. There's some exciting cameos in there as well, almost to kind of pay tribute to just the franchise as a whole. So I really enjoyed that. And yeah, that is my review, guys. This has been Lex with Alamo City Movie Talk. And just before I let you go, I know you guys like the score. So if I was to give this a score, I'd want to say, this is an 8 for me. I believe this is an 8. Very, very strong. I really enjoyed it. I do believe I would watch it again. There's a couple scenes that I want to pay more attention to, so I do think I'll watch it again. And 8 is one of the higher scores that I've given recently, and that's not me trying to be overcritical and things like that. I just feel like, there's been a lot of movies here delivering. So super excited about that. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget that. Drop comments below once you get a chance to see the movie. Are you excited for this? Are you going to be tuning in? Catch it in theaters, guys. Thank you.